Immortality is an ambitious and genre-defining interactive film-game hybrid developed by Sam Barlow, known for his previous narrative-driven works like Her Story and Telling Lies, and published by Half Mermaid Productions. In Immortality, players explore the mysterious disappearance of a fictional actress, Marissa Marcel, by scrubbing through decades of lost footage from 3 unreleased films. The core mechanic of clicking on objects or faces to transition between different clips feels both intuitive and hypnotic, allowing the player to uncover non-linear fragments of a much larger story. As you dig deeper, the game reveals layers of metafictional and supernatural complexity that transform a Hollywood mystery into a commentary on identity, memory, and art itself. What sets Immortality apart is its bold use of full motion video and stellar performances, particularly from Manon Gage as Marissa. The production values are high, with each fictional film convincingly capturing the aesthetic of its respective era. From a 1960s period piece to a gritty 90s art film, the transitions between behind the scenes footage and the actual film scenes blur the line between fiction and reality, creating an uncanny sense of voyeurism. The game never spoon feeds answers, and the eerie other layer hidden beneath the footage is uncovered through careful observation and an experimental mindset.
Will you sometimes think on me? Before I go, I would like some token of our friendship.
Despite its brilliance, Immortality may not appeal to everyone. The slow pace, lack of traditional objectives, and ambiguous storytelling can feel disorienting or unsatisfying for players expecting a clear-cut resolution. However, for those willing to engage with its unique structure and dive into its thematic depths, Immortality offers one of the most thought-provoking experiences in modern gaming. It's not just a mystery to be solved, it's a meditation on how we consume and interpret stories, and how those stories, in turn, consume us. I give Immortality an 8 out of 10.
Everybody's read about it or heard the gossip.
Save Room is a compact and clever puzzle game developed by Fractal Projects, inspired heavily by the inventory management system from Resident Evil 4. The core gameplay revolves around organizing weapons, ammo, and healing items within a limited grid space, similar to fitting Tetris pieces into a confined box. Each level presents a new set of items and a goal: make everything fit neatly into the case. While the premise may sound simple, the game quickly evolves into a series of increasingly challenging spatial puzzles that require both logic and a satisfying level of trial and error. The game is designed for anyone who loves to organize. The cache from Resident Evil 4 almost became a game of its own for multiple memes and jokes about the love of having a nice organized suitcase. The sound design and visual aesthetic directly reference the classic horror game, creating a nostalgic atmosphere without dipping into parody. There's a subtle humor in how earnestly it treats such a niche mechanic, and that sincerity is part of its charm. Despite its short runtime, Save Room offers a focused and polished experience that's perfect for puzzle fans or anyone who ever found themselves obsessing over item layouts in survival horror games. While it lacks narrative depth or variation in mechanics beyond the inventory grid, its tight design and creative challenges make it a satisfying bite-sized game. It turns a small part of gaming history into a compelling standalone concept, and it does it with style. I give Save Room a 7.5 out of 10. Corridor Z is an action-packed endless runner developed by Mass Creation and published by We Dig Games that brings a fresh twist to the genre by flipping the traditional perspective. Instead of running forward, players are constantly retreating down a high school hallway while pursued by relentless zombies. The shift in camera angle, facing the player head-on as they flee, adds a unique layer of tension and urgency, making the game feel more cinematic and immersive compared to the other runners.
So, they locked the school. with us inside. 3 survivors, Pom-Pom Girl, Jock, and Jarhead. Soldier keeps claiming there's a guarded door we can escape through. All we need to do is reach it.
Gameplay is fast-paced and focused on reactive decision-making. Players must dodge obstacles, throw objects to slow the zombies, and collect supplies while sprinting backward. The game includes a mission system and multiple playable characters, each with their own backstories that gradually unfold through audio logs and diary entries. This narrative layer adds motivation and context to the action, giving Corridor Z more depth than many of its Endless Runner peers. Additionally, the game includes a modest progression system with upgradable weapons and perks, keeping players engaged over time. While Corridor Z doesn't reinvent the genre, it successfully reinvigorates it through its horror theme, narrative integration, and reverse camera gameplay. Some players might find the voices annoying, as the characters seem to constantly swear, or the repetition in monetization systems, particularly in mobile versions, a bit limiting, but the core gameplay loop remains strong and engaging. It's a clever spin on a familiar formula that manages to feel fresh and exciting, especially for fans of horror who want quick bursts of adrenaline on the go. I give Corridor Z a 6 out of
I'm
10.
panicking. No! Yes. I don't know. Harvard. I'll be knocking at your gates soon. My final year in high school starts tomorrow. Leave suburbs and parents and my little brother. Become the best doctor in genetics ever. Veritas.